Thank you. Occupy Fort Wayne protesters continue to spread their message this morning at Headwaters Park.
The city has allowed the group to stay past their original deadline of 11 last night. News Channel 15 overnight reporter Rod Hissong spent the night with the group, and he joins us live at Headwaters Park this morning with more on the Occupy message and who's actually involved. Good morning, Rod.
Hi, good morning, Pat. Yeah, about a dozen or so I spoke with during the overnight about some of the issues on their mind. Many of whom I spoke with, as many who don't know that much might wonder, many of them here are actually employed, many of them full-time. I asked who was Democrat, who was Republican. I would say it was about 60% to 40% on the Democrat side. Many said, though, that they might actually vote independent this time around. So just so you kind of get a sense of who's actually involved in this. They will, some of the food has been donated, and beverages. Hot chocolate's been very popular tonight. Many of them feel that big corporations and government is to blame. They want to see not so much a redistribution of wealth, but just what people have earned and what they're allowed to keep and so on, such like that. As mentioned, talked with a couple. Take a listen to what a few had to say.
Most of us on most issues have the same goals and have things in common, and it's time to focus on what we have in common and the common problems that we all have, instead of allowing ourselves to be fractured and fight about things that are not important.
This movement is still just as important because it doesn't just affect my livelihood, it affects my family, my kids. It could even affect my grandkids because this problem has been going on for decades.
Now, the protests here over the weekend have been peaceful. Both the police have not had any problems, and those involved say that they try to distance themselves, or they will distance themselves from anyone who tries to cause a problem. They will march at 6 a.m. this morning. They're scheduled to head up towards the courthouse in One Summit Square. They're expecting some people to trickle back in for that march this morning who may have left due to work obligations, or those who may have to go to work later on. We'll stay out here throughout the morning, and of course we'll be here if they do step off at 6 o'clock. For now, we're live at Headwaters Park.